Hey. So, how are you? My name is Teresa Williams, and if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, hey, y'all, hey. So, today, we're going to talk about Faire. If you're new to my channel, my name is Teresa Williams, and I am the CEO and founder of Creative Bliss Candle Bar. We are located in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and we are a family-owned business. We make everything from plant-based skincare to plant-based candles that we put our own unique spin on. So today I want to talk to you all about Faire. If you are a candle maker or you make products, Faire is a platform that you want to really think about. Now, the thing with Faire is apparently there is an application process that you have to go through, and they basically assess if they have too many of a certain type of maker on their platform, and that will determine whether you get accepted or not. Now, I'm going to go through my list of things that I went through in my experience with Faire. So this is just my experience with Faire. I did not actually have to go through the application process. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know there was one. I was actually invited to Faire via an email from my parent company, which is Pure Luxe Face and Body. After such time, I went ahead and applied with Creative Bliss and actually had no problems. So what has actually been successful for me on Faire is, believe it or not, it hasn't been the candles, it's actually been the skincare. Our first wholesale order we actually received a few days ago. So I thought, you know what, why don't I go online and share my experience with Faire, because I actually signed up and then we relocated and I kind of let it slide a little bit. And, you know, that's how that went. And then the next thing I know, I have a notification that I have an order for a boutique or something. I don't know if they're a boutique or not, but they have two different locations and they actually wanted our foot butter. So I'll show you at the end. You'll see end clips of the product that they requested. I apologize. I did not record myself packaging it because my focus was to actually get it out the door in a timely fashion, which, if you're going to go on Faire, is something that you are going to want to do. So let me grab my notes here so that I can make sure that I hit all of my marks. And behind me, you actually see our Faire dashboard. And if you want, I will go into more detail about the dashboard. But for right now, I'm just going to give you some quick tips and my experience with Faire. So again, Faire is an online platform that allows you as a maker to be found by various boutiques, hotels, various companies that are looking for handcrafted items. Now, when you're setting up your dashboard, you want to make sure that you are actually identifying your product and your company so that it hits the markers that certain boutiques or stores that are looking for. In this case, they may be looking for products that are made specifically by a minority, or they may be looking for products that are handcrafted or that are plant-based. All of these markers are things that people are generally looking for that own stores. So you just want to make sure that when you are filling out your Faire dashboard after you've been accepted, that you actually take the time and utilize the tools that Faire provides you that literally help you step by step build a profile that is going to be found by boutiques. So the first thing, how did I get onto Faire? As I said before, I was actually invited onto Faire through my parent company, Pure Luxe Face and Body. That company was looking for, they were really interested in our cleansing balm, which we still sell in Creative Bliss. It is our oil-based cleanser, which is something that now that more and more people are researching ingredients, plant-based skincare is a very popular niche. So if you're in that niche, then you're probably going to be accepted onto Faire. I don't know. Again, I was invited. The second time I got onto Faire, I actually just went ahead and went on to Faire. Like, I actually completed everything that I needed to complete. I had a different name. I had everything, and I just literally completed all the necessary documents, and there I was on Faire. So there wasn't a waiting time. I guess that was an application period for Creative Bliss, but it was like literally not even 24 hours later, they were sending my link. After you apply and you become accepted for Faire, be watching your emails. They will guide you through the process. Seriously, Faire is second to none on this particular platform. You do not have to actually build your website. Actually, if you have a Shopify website, it will connect to your website so that you can actually upload your catalog. Now, Faire has an aesthetic, a very nice, clean aesthetic that they want for their boutiques. So you don't actually have to build the website. You don't have to come up with a template. It is very uniform. However, your photos, they are going to critique. Again, use all of the guides that Faire provides because they help you do what you need to do to be represented very well on their platform. They'll even tell you what your banner size is, what your photos should look like. They give you examples. They help you build a successful dashboard so that you can start getting those wholesale orders. The reason you may want to do wholesale, if you're not familiar with the term of wholesale, is because it's basically you taking your products and a company buying more of your product at one time, and it's a business to business transaction versus a business to person, where you may have a person that comes in and they buy several different items, but you're not actually having them buy that particular product in bulk, in like 10s of 20s or 12s or cases, things of that nature. So you're actually upping the amount of money that you can earn selling wholesale. So this is why there is a big push for wholesale in business, but you got to make sure that you have your ducats in order as far as you have the supplies in house, because that's going to lead me to the next thing that is going to help you become a top seller on Faire. I am not a top seller yet. I am headed that way, even though we only have one order. But that is my goal, is to be a top seller on Faire. And if you become a top seller on Faire, basically what they do is they push out your store. You get top pushing, I guess, kind of like the ranking you rank in Faire, and that helps your store to be seen. So you want to make sure that you are actually doing all of the things that Faire is telling you to do. They are there to help you. Their customer service is exceptional, bar none. And if you are looking to get into wholesale, I would highly recommend that you use this platform. So now I want to share with you things that I really like about Faire. What I really like about Faire is that, again, they give you all of the tips and tricks to help you set up your dashboard. And you can see that's my dashboard behind me. They give you very direct, unique tips that help you set up your dashboard to be successful. They're making sure that you, as a matter of fact, they even, reward you with points your first week. Everything that you do that is in accordance with helping you build a successful profile, you actually help yourself get pushed out to be a top seller. So they basically help you with your ranking if you complete your profile, because the goal is to get as many complete profiles on their platform and selling to boutiques who are looking for your brand. If you have went through all of the issue to be accepted, to apply and to be accepted, they're going to do everything they can to make sure that you are a successful brand on their platform. That is what I really love about Faire. Their customer service is awesome. If you have a question, you can reach out to them. The first time I actually signed up for Faire, I actually spoke with someone who wanted to understand my business. We did a Zoom call, and I forgot his name, but he was super duper great, and he really wanted to understand more about my business, more about what I sold, how did I source my products, things of that nature, or source my ingredients for my products, And it was really, really a great experience with Faire both times. I did not get to talk to someone the second time because it really wasn't necessary. And over the years, their platform has grown. So I don't know if it's different when you get an invitation or if you just take it upon yourself. I'm going to assume it's because I actually had an invitation the first time. They wanted to tell me about the platform and to stress, basically handhold me through the process of setting up my dashboard, which I thoroughly appreciate. So here are some tips and tricks that will help you. I'm looking at my notes, y'all, that will help you on your journey on Faire, your experience with Faire, to have a great experience. The first thing you need to do is make sure that you have really great pictures. Now, your pictures need to not be dark. They need to make sure that they are well lit, that you have great photography pictures, that your labels are straight, that your jars or your candles or whatever it is that you're selling, that it is presented in the best way possible. And then what you can do is go to a software like Canva, remove the background if it's not necessarily the best background ever, and upload it to Canva, and then remove the website and then upload it to your Faire dashboard, because you want to give a clean image. If you want to think of when you go online, you see those images where it's nothing but a white background in the image. That's exactly what you want to do. And you can do that in Canva. Now, if you're interested in that and you want to learn more about how to do that, you can just leave me a comment below and I'll do a whole video on how to do that. Or you can just, go on YouTube, and I'm sure there's plenty of tutorials to show you how to effectively use Canva. I use Canva for literally everything in my business, and I use the pro version. You can use the free version, but go ahead and spring for the $12.99 a month, or just pay the annual and get the pro version. That's just my recommendation. I'm not sponsored by them, but it is a tool that helps me to make sure that I generate pictures and that are of high quality. Again, use Canva, and also use the back camera on if you're taking photos with your iPhone or your Android. You want to use the back camera because you have 3 cameras versus the 1. Use your portrait feature. Get a white piece of paper, lay your product down, and just make sure that you're taking great pictures. Bundle things together. If you want to see an example of what I'm talking about as far as photography, you can go over to my Faire channel. You can actually just do Faire, F-A-I-R-E, and then put in Creative Bliss Candle Bar, and we will pop up, and you can get an idea of what exactly I'm telling you your images should look like. The next thing you want to do is complete your dashboard. Again, if you have went through the hassle of trying to apply for Faire and you've gotten accepted, and then you drop the ball with completing certain sections of your dashboard, you want to make sure that you're telling your story. You want to make sure that you're using grammar that is correct. I have seen some very interesting things just perusing Faire and checking out other companies that are on this platform. Faire is really good about making sure that your images are optimized. They will send you documentation or email communication about, hey, we noticed that you did this, but you may want to do this, or you may want to make sure that your pixels are correct for your photo, because they are actually looking at your photos. They are actually making sure that your company is a good representation of what it is on their platform. I mean, they're literally giving you a website and access to thousands of boutiques, and you got to make sure that you're towing the line and you're showing up as your authentic self as far as your brand, but you got to make sure that you are also using their aesthetic to make sure that you are drawing the correct type of people, because their platform does have an aesthetic, and it's a very beautiful, light, airy, bright type of aesthetic that you will find, and that those companies that typically use that same aesthetic that are on the platform typically do better, just because. So if you are still uploading pictures that you took in your kitchen and they're dark and they don't really represent that product well, I would strongly advise you to make sure that you go change those. In addition to that, you want to make sure that you do your profile. Answer all the questions like, what is your brand story? And if you don't feel like actually typing it in, record the video, put captions on it, and then upload the video. That way someone is getting a real live and in-person and in-depth person. Now they see your personality shine through. We actually have a video on our Faire dashboard, but we also did all of the other areas as well. So you can read the story, or if you're a person who doesn't like to typically read, you can just watch the video, and it tells you all about our brand, what we do. That way a person is getting a real feel for the creator of the products that they're purchasing. Again, these people are spending at minimum, depending on how you set your quantities up, whether they have to order in cases of 12 or 10 or what have you, they're spending at a minimum $100+ with you. The least you can do is let them know who you are, what you do, and to make sure that you have great photos. The other thing that you can do is to make sure that you really evaluate your fulfill dates or your ship dates. If I will make an order with you, or a company places an order with you, is it going to take them 2 weeks to get their order? If that is the case, I can almost guarantee you're not going to do well on Faire, and a lot of boutiques are not even going to look at your dashboard. They're not even going to make it to get an order. They're going to look at your dashboard, because both small business owners, which typically are boutiques, or small business like me who are looking to have items to have as companions to resell with their products, they don't want a huge turnaround time, especially during the holidays with everything else already being backed up with, supply and demand issues. The last thing they want to have to do is to support a small business and to have to wait 2 weeks to get their product. Now, depending on what you make, that may be unavoidable. You may make custom pieces and it may take that long, but make sure you communicate that on your dashboard. You don't want to say I ship in 5 days and then it takes 2 weeks. You don't want to do that. If you are a product creator such as myself, you need to be making things in bulk. You need to be making 35-pound batches of things and having that stuff sitting on the shelf ready to go, not only to address, in my case, I have a brick and mortar location where people can come in and purchase, but we also need to make sure that we have enough on the shelf that when we get a wholesale order, we literally can pull from our stock in our inventory. And then that way we are getting those orders out in a timely fashion. The way we have our order set up is that we ship within 5 days. We are not trying to be Amazon. And I don't think the expectation is that we are Amazon, but they certainly don't need to wait more than a week for their product. And that would mean you as a creator, you have to have your stuff already completed and done and ready to sell. You can't be waiting on ingredients. You can't be, if you're going to be successful at this, you're not going to be able to, basically flip the money from this sale in order to buy your ingredients, because the way that Faire is actually set up is you don't get paid until your product actually ships. So if you're set up in the fact that you are that you're reinvesting monies from your orders to purchase your supplies, then Faire is not going to work for you, because you're not going to get your money. There's actually 2 ways that you can select. You can either do net 30 terms, which small business owner Mike like myself, I'm not waiting 30 days. I'm just not set up right now to do that. It's just not my preference. They do take a 3%, I believe, processing fee or something like that if you take the option to get paid when the item ships. And then the money is deposited into the account that you have set up. So you just want to make sure that you are prepped and ready to go, that you have everything labeled, that you're not waiting on things, because you can get an order. They may say, I need 50 of these. And then if you don't have the materials, you're kind of, shooting yourself in the foot. So you want to make sure that your fulfill dates actually match what you are capable of doing. If you say that you're going to get it out in 5 days, then you better get it out in 3 days if you possibly can, because that is what boutiques are looking for when they are deciding, do I want to purchase from this small business owner or not? If you have really long ship days and it's not a complete, you don't do custom orders, or it's not something that really requires a lot of time, they're going to bypass you, scroll, and go to another company that is going to meet their needs. You got to remember, you're selling to other small business owners. So just like you need your stuff in time, so do they, especially during the holidays. They are already stocking for the holidays. They're trying to figure out what they're going to offer. And in my case, this place actually this is their very first order with us. So I want to make sure that they come back. And I want to make sure that not only do they come back, but they want to put us in their other store as well. And then maybe dividing up our order and putting it in different stores. But my job is to make sure that I get that order to them in a timely fashion. When you send your orders, you also want to make sure that you are including literature about your business. Yes, they found you on Faire. Yes, they have a whole dashboard, but hard copy and paper is still king, in my opinion, or queen, however you want to look at it, because people are still liable to read the insert. So we have that I created in Canva, a customer favorites sheet that literally highlights the products that our customers typically like. It's a 2-sided sheet. And what is good about that is that it gives them a scope of everything that you offer, which leads me to my second point. Although you can upload, if you have Shopify or some other platforms, although you can upload your entire catalog, I would not recommend that you do that. I would recommend that you pick your 5 top sellers in your store. If you're not sure about what your 5 top sellers are, or you're fairly new, you're gonna want to ask your audience, what are the things that that you really, really like? That's the way that I would do. If you have a Shopify store and you've been in business for a while, go look at your top sellers, and that is what I would offer onto Faire. If you offer too many things, you're going to overwhelm your customers. Again, these are boutiques. They don't have all day. If they're anything like me, it is literally like 8 o'clock in the morning. There is no one here. I have a full schedule, but I'm actually here shooting videos while the store is quiet and the day gets started. So you want to make sure that you are not overwhelming them with your products. If you have one product but it has 5 variations, have photos of that in that listing, but don't list it as 5 separate products, because it's one product with 5 variants or 5 options. That way when they click it, they can see, oh, it's in different variations, and you want to make sure you have, say it's a body scrub and you offer it in 3 different variations and they're all different colors. Well, have the hero or the main photo of a trio of the body scrubs, and then under that listing, you want to make sure that you list each individual body scrub with the fragrance, with the appropriate photo, but you're still not taking away from the overall aesthetic. You're not looking so busy on your dashboard. You want your aesthetic to stay clean. You want it to be able to be perused very easily. You don't want to overwhelm people with choice after choice after choice, because confused people just simply don't buy. They don't. Another tip you want to do is, again, you want to make sure that your pics are great. Canva is a wonderful resource. If you have not used Canva, you're not familiar with Canva, I would strongly recommend that you get on Canva, do the free version to begin with, and then use the tools that they provide you to teach you how to use Canva. I've been using Canva, I can't even tell you when. I've been using it for years. I almost want to say when it first came out, and I have watched them grow and improve. Like, it didn't even have the remove background feature back then. You know, you just kind of had to hope that you took a good picture. But I have loved Canva. I don't want to invest in Photoshop. I need to be able, my brain doesn't work with templates. Again, I'm a small business owner myself. I don't have time all day. My brain doesn't create templates and brochures, and I'm gonna need all that to already kind of, template to be done, so that I can move on with my day, create what I need to create, and get my stuff out the door. So again, which you want to make sure that you put your brochures or a customer favorite sheet into your order along with the packaging slip. Another tip is to make sure that you handwrite a small note, even if it's on the packaging slip. Tell them, thank you for your support. Thank you for choosing us. You want to make sure that there is a human element. Yes, they're buying from you. Yes, they know you're a small business, but you always want to remember, and this is what irritates me about marketing gurus. They'll say, oh, your brand, your brand, your brand. And people reduce that down to your logo. Your brand is not your logo. Your brand is not your logo. What your brand is how people feel about your business after they have had an experience. So was it a good experience? Are there repeat good experiences? Do you typically get 5-star reviews because of your packaging or your sustainability or the fact that you share information or that you promote self-care? Those are the things that are your brand. Your logo is just a representation that they know that it's you. But if your brand doesn't have a mission or a purpose behind it, then you're out here in these streets just doing God knows what. So get off of the brand bandwagon. Just simply make sure that your customers have a great experience with you, with your company, with your products, with your packaging. And again, that stuff is ever evolving, but the principal things and the core things that make your company are what your brand are. So don't get hung up on logos, but I digress, because it is just one of my pet peeves. So in order to successfully sell on Faire, if you follow the tips that I gave, along with using the information that Faire themselves provide you, you will be a successful seller and you will get an order. We signed up on Faire with Creative Bliss, I want to say, I can't remember exactly when we signed up. It was before we moved. So it was around the June, July area that we signed up. We didn't get our first order until September, which is fine. But I have to be honest, I haven't really been pushing Faire. I haven't been logged on because we've had so many transitions. So to get an order based off of just what the aesthetic of my store looks like, that's without any additional marketing. Literally, I just set it up, made sure that the descriptions of the product were great, made sure that my photos were great, and I got a sale. And that is what you want to do. Now that I know that people are actually looking at us for Faire or on Faire, my job now is to be a Faire top seller. What I also did, and this is just a pro tip, you may want to get postcards, and you can print them on Canva, create them on Canva, and then Canva actually sends you envelopes with your little postcards. What you may want to do is just Google local boutiques in your area and then actually invite them to find you on Faire. So I have a great hero image, and I'll upload a video of how I did that. I did it all in Canva, y'all. But what I did is I actually uploaded a photo from, created a postcard on Canva. Excuse me, I'm getting my words confused. I created a postcard on Canva, had it printed out, and basically used the ready-made template, but added my images. And I invited small boutiques to visit us on Faire. Now, did this particular boutique that found us visit us on Faire? No, they didn't. But what it did is it raised awareness. So the photograph on the postcard was very well lit, very beautiful. And then I just literally went through Google and found boutiques that fit our brand and sent them a postcard inviting them to find us on Faire. They may not do it right now, but I'm telling you, the holidays are coming. And what you always want to do is figure out creative ways to market. You don't always have to have the most expensive marketing team ever. Sometimes it's just you going to get a book of stamps, Googling some addresses, and getting stuff in the mail. Like it can be that simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. You have enough on your plate. You have enough that you're doing. You know, you got to find ways to get word out about your business, and you can't always just rely on social media. So again, my name is Teresa Williams. I am the founder and CEO of Creative Bliss Candle Bar. You can visit us at creativeblisscandle.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Creative Bliss Candle Bar. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok, all under Creative Bliss Candle Bar. I love what I do, and I love sharing information. So if you want to know more about the behind the scenes or get quick tips on how to get your business out there, then you want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I try to upload every month. Again, I'm a one-woman show doing all the things. So I may upload, I may not. I have a 10-year-old. I was going to say a 9-year-old. I have a 10-year-old. I'm a mompreneur. So life happens, and I'm not always uploading videos, but I do believe in giving quality content when I do upload. So if you have any questions about Faire, please leave them in the comments below. I would be more than happy to answer them. I don't gatekeep. I'll tell you what I can. And if you need any help, definitely I'll point you in the right direction. But again, once you apply for Faire, they really are the best at making sure that you are getting the great customer service that's going to help you succeed. They want you to succeed. This is their platform. This is their bread and butter. The more business to business interactions that occur, the more positive experiences boutiques have with the companies they put on their platform, the better it is for them. So go ahead and visit Faire. And again, that's F-A-I-R-E. Visit Faire if you are interested in becoming a wholesaler, or if you're a boutique owner and you're looking to find items to have in your store. Faire is also a great way to support other small businesses and to know that you are doing it in a very safe environment. If you are purchasing from Faire, I do believe things ship free. I don't know. I can't remember off top. Again, I set it up in June and kind of walked away from it. So I'm today gonna get back into business on Faire and really try to work towards that goal of being a top seller. But again, you can leave me comments below. If you have any questions, I'll leave links to Faire. I'll leave links to our store so that you can see a visual of what I have done. Again, you can always update your dashboard as you have new products, so it may be different than it is from today. But anyway, that's all I have. I wish you all the best, and make sure that you make self-care a daily activity. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.